member of a senior class, but you still have a year of eligibility.
Yep.
Are you going through senior day this weekend?
I will not be running out there this weekend. So.
Have you decided what you're going to do next year, or still just kind of waiting to see on that?
Still kind of waiting to see. Obviously there's a lot of great talent that are going to be going to the league this year at my position, so something to take into consideration. But we'll see.
To be a part of this class with guys like Sonny and Caden, what do you want your class to be remembered by here at Ohio State?
Yeah, I mean, our class, or what's left of it, has gone through, a little bit of adversity and stuff like that. So, just to be remembered as, a great class, gave everything they had to the program. Hopefully walk away with, some hardware of our own. Will be special. Just be remembered as, a God-fearing class.
Does it mean more to you, like a game like this, knowing that at least some of the guys in your class are going to be moving on after this year?
Yeah, a little bit. And, kind of the mentality we had last year going into the playoffs where it's kind of like, man, I want to spend, one more game with these guys. It starts to become a lot more real when you actually think about the guys that will be gone this next year. So just to be able to go there and, lay on the line for each other is important.
Coach Day brought up yesterday that none of the guys on the roster have played for a Big Ten championship. Obviously, there's the Michigan stuff still out there. How much is that all a driving factor as you're thinking about, not looking ahead of Rutgers, but just in the back of your mind as you're kind of thinking about that finality for some of these guys?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of our main goals for the season every year. And so I've never been, obviously. I've never been to Indianapolis, so it'll be cool to have a chance to possibly be able to go down there. But like I said, we have a lot of games and a lot of football ahead of us yet to be able to even think about that. So focusing on what's next first.
It was at this time last year that Seth went down.
Mm-hmm.
You slid back over from guard to center. The adversity the offensive line was going through that last season. You guys losing to Oregon midway through the year. Does it feel different from last year to this year in terms of just you guys were battling so much, you were going through this position change last season, and now this year you've kind of been handling business every week, dominating teams, staying on top of the rankings in the country? Yeah,
I mean, in one way, yes, in another way, no. I mean, we're not really satisfied. Like I mentioned earlier, we've never been to a Big Ten championship before, so for us to be able to have that edge of, man, we've never really done anything with this team yet. In any aspect, we don't have any hardware. We haven't done anything besides the turtle. But just having that edge about us, wanting to go and prove something, for ourselves is big for us. So just having that mentality this year, kind of like how we did last year, is important.
A year later, how do you reflect on that, though, having to replace Seth, finding out he was going to be out for the season and then replacing him?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great opportunity. Obviously, sucks for Seth, and he was the absolute best about it because the way he handled it, I don't think anyone else would probably do the same thing. So for him to step in the way he did was awesome. And so for me to get that experience last year going to the playoffs, I think for me was huge. Just to have that confidence coming into this season as well. But definitely feels, at least there's a level of comfortability, going into the off season because you can say you've been there before. But like I said, a lot of football left before you can get to that point.
I just asked Caden about this. Sorry if you covered it here.
No, you're
21
good.
guys came in your class.
Yeah.
7 left.
I know.
You ever wonder what happened to everybody?
I mean, you see some stuff online or something like that, or you'll reach out to them. I was talking to George yesterday, staying close with him, and a few other guys and stuff like that. Just seeing how they're doing, and but it's cool to keep in touch. See where they go, but it's also kind of sad. You miss all those guys from the dorms or like your freshman year. Seems like gone by, pretty fast, but. That's the way football is nowadays. So it's just interesting how everyone moves around and finds their own kind of spot.
So everyone has to do what's best for themselves.
Yeah.
But when you do stick it out at a place and here you are, how's that make you feel? Yeah, I mean it's special.
I couldn't, as of right now, I couldn't see myself at any other place than Columbus. I love it here. My family loves it here. It's been great opportunity to come down and compete and play for national championship and stuff like that. And so I think the guys who stayed out here and stuck it out feel the exact same way. So it's special to kind of grow that bond together because we've been through the same adversity together. So I think that's what makes it a lot closer of a class.
Carson, what tells you that the running game is getting better and it's not just the opponents that you're playing?
Yeah, I mean, if for us even watching on tape, you can tell that the backs are running harder, they're being more physical in what they do. They were challenged this past couple of weeks to, play with a level of aggression. I think they've done that, extremely well. And not only them, but us, we've had to pick it up the last couple weeks as well because, like I said, going into this, stretch of games, anything could happen. We found that out last year with the offensive line. And so to be able to put together a cohesive running game is huge. And so for us to kind of see what that feels like a little bit, to be able to go and now, hopefully put that together each game we're playing is huge.
Because it looks like the running backs are seeing things better. So what does that do for you guys in terms of like mentally as an offensive line?
Yeah, it makes it a lot more fun to block. Those guys are, it's a young group. So those guys getting that experience and going out there and, running out. I mean, I don't like running, but I'm cool if it's running after one of our running backs. So it's a pretty good opportunity for those guys to, not only hit their plays and make their plays, but for us as well, because now we can kind of understand, okay, like on this block, how should I press it based on where I know where this back's going to go.
How does an offensive lineman, how do you guys decide who picks up in a touchdown, who picks up the player that scores?
It's really first come, first serve. If you can get the little like hand signal of like a little rocket, they'll come over to you. But sometimes you're kind of just sitting there doing this. They're not looking at you, and it's like, all right, never mind. Hit the jog back.
What's it like from the player's perspective of sort of working out what fits all the personnel, like what schemes and everything are best for you guys, best for the backs? I mean, how does that process work out from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not really sure how that works out. That's all a Coach Hart question, but we always say games are won by plays and plays are won by players. So for us to have the mentality of whatever play we call, hopefully it's a QB sneak, but if not, whatever, we'll run a QB sneak later. But whatever it is, we'll love to run it, and we're gonna go put our best foot forward and try to make it happen for the coaches.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Carson.